Do you regret it? Is the question they asked me. Yes and no.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Al Wright.
And that means an awful lot to me. Any other questions?
Where did they get the graft for your surgeries? Where did they get the skin and stuff?
Here. The first one, they took, I know if I can lift my leg up this high. Oh, sorry, once more. They took the first one from there, the second one from here. Basically, fillet it. They fillet you, then put second skin over the top. But yeah, this is double folded because they had to replace from the inside down and then all the way up. So they folded it in half, right, to make this upper lip. This one they did from the bottom up and down into the jaw. But there's no what we call sulcus between where the teeth is and the lip. It's all one piece.
And what about
But
eating?
yeah, this is. But I'll go into it in 1 sec. This is because it's the skin graft. There's no the real nerves aren't there, so it's like pins and needles all the time. Like I feel pins and needles right now. I'm just learning to ignore it. Now eating. I used to have a G tube in my stomach. I stopped using that. I meals are I use it sure, but I'll do soft food and I cut it up small and swallow it whole. I still have vegetables and all that, but I juice them first. Juice them, drink the juice, and then I take all the pulp, put it in mashed potatoes, and then I can eat it that way. I do a lot of my foods that way, but I cannot chew because I got no bone up here. So I can't chew, I can't gum anything. So I have when I put it in my mouth, I have to be able to swallow it whole. I've lost most of my taste buds, lost 95% of my smell too, because your nose, the receptors in your nose and all the hairs catch the smell. And I lost a third of my tongue, 2/3 of my tongue, out of the part that's in your mouth. Your tongue actually goes down to the throat 9 inches. Most people don't know that. So I end up eating a lot of, like I can eat lasagna, it's soft, it's easy. Spaghetti, I gotta cut up in really tiny pieces and swallow it that way. Most of the time, I have to have some kinds of sauce or juice or something to help wash it down, help it go down. Otherwise, because the valve in the back of my throat, why it costs so much,
Yeah.
I forget to swallow the valve in my throat because of the trach and the gunpowder. As the slide hits it, oh, like goes, oh, what should I do? Oh, it starts going down my lungs, and then the valve goes, oh, we should close. It's delayed because of the powder burns and the trach mixing it. So I end up swallowing a lot of food, and I end up having to cough it up. But certain other foods, like I can eat sushi rice because it's in a ball and it can swallow it. But like if you just do rice in a restaurant, I can't because I got no tongue to move it to my throat to swallow. But I do a lot of Ensure and I do protein shakes as well.
Do you miss
Because I try to stay away from carbs.
do you miss food? Regular food?
Oh yeah, I'm a big foodie. I used to be a cook, a chef. I miss it. I've got my own recipes and everything else, but I was working on them all to do my own book. But now I can't taste, so I can't finish them all. For my retirement, I was going to buy a food truck and run a food truck as my retirement because I never wanted to completely stop working. So me not being able to work now is driving me crazy.
How long ago did this accident happen?
July 19th, 2019 at 1:15 a.m.
Wow, 2019. It really looks like you healed well.
I've always healed well. Most of all my scars or cuts or anything, I have no scar from cuts or I had a big wolf spider bite that became that big of a hole in my stomach. You can't tell where it was. I've had three surgeries on each knee. You can't see where they cut me open. They're completely gone. People go, "Oh no, you've never had surgeries." I had to pull paperwork out to prove it because they couldn't see the scars. But I think I've been blessed because going at the U of A, which is a teaching school for plastic surgeons, you're going to do the very best. We're going to teach you the very best way to do it. What's going to look the best? So, compared to a lot that I've seen, mine looks a lot better than most.
I think God has a bigger plan for you.
I believe so, and I think I'm doing it. And I'm trying. I want to get the foundation off the ground this year. And the foundation is so I can go talk to youth for free at schools and different things like that. The foundation will pay for me to travel all these different places. Now, for me to do talks and seminars for hours, yeah, you have to pay for the foundation so I can help kids. It's now my life goal to help people. The first year, me going on TikTok and social media, told people said to me either that you saved my life, I won't do it. You talked me out of it, right? I had called people say that to me. Second year of doing it, and I count till January 1st. I had 72 people tell me, you saved my life. I won't take my life because of you. Your stories help me, so I won't do it. Those are the only ones I count. That was 72. And the third year, 128. So I know them. And those are just the ones that tell me. 95% of the people that have tried won't admit it in public. 5% will, but only 0.05% will really openly talk about it to all kinds of other people. So that's what I'm trying to do. Do I get hate, bullied, and said bad things about me? Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can't please all the people all the time. I know the truth. I posted facts. Um, I posted court documents and everything. Am I going to keep doing it? No. Once is enough. I don't wish harm on my ex or her boyfriend or her kids or anything. I don't want anybody ever going after him. So I will never put out all the information or keep bringing it up. I don't want to. They can live their life and I hope they're happy. I'll live mine and try to be happy. Now, do I wish death on her and her other half? No, I don't. Would I lose sleep over it if they died? No. I just don't want them in my life. I hope that makes sense to you.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people out there that struggle with depression, have probably thought the way that you thought at one time. What's something that you would tell someone that's out there struggling with depression and they're not feeling like they want to move on with their life? What's something you would tell them?
No, there's so many different things. Sorry. It's not one reason why someone wants to take their life. It's five or more. It's all kinds of compounded things. So I get that. It's not just one reason. I know that. I've lived there, I've been there, done that, had the t-shirt, sold it, gave it away. But reach out, talk to someone, not just one person. Have 5 or more friends you can talk to. Talk to. Now, it doesn't have to be, oh my God, I'm feeling suicidal. Help me. No. It could be just call, talk to them. Hey, man, how's your day? You know, I just need to talk. I need to get your mind busy and off your thoughts. The biggest thing is if you're stuck in your thoughts, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. Now, if you take those bad thoughts in your windshield, shrink them down, put them in your rear view mirror. By doing that, you go and keep yourself busy. Do things you like to do. Don't think about it for a while. It's like in the rearview mirror. You can look at it, yeah, and analyze it, but don't stare at it. You stare at the rearview mirror, you're going to run into something. You're going to miss life. So have people you can talk to. Now, I have to go do this part of it. Not everybody's going to open up right away. They're really not. Because society has taught us people lie, they backstab, they tell your secrets. So they're going to open up very, 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 very slowly. And they may not ever tell your whole thoughts. That's why trust is very important on all this. Right? Like I have all kinds of people that reach out to me and they say they're suicidal. I got to start out slow and slowly talk to them until they want to open up. I should not tell them, you have to do this, you have to do that. You tell them you have to do this, you have to do that, they just go, yeah, okay, whatever. They shut their mind down and they walk away. Be there, listen, open. Go along and do suggestions. Hey, have you tried talking to your doctor? Have you tried talking to your friends? Hey, I heard if you watch positivity shows, it can help. I heard that if you get out of bed and do something you like to do, you won't be thinking about it as much. You can still think about it, but these are, you say things like that to people, it helps them. Now, I'm going to back up a little bit, and this one hits really, really, really hard at home. When you have a friend or someone you know that's tried committing suicide, and you go into it and start talking to them, hey man, you shouldn't have done that. You know it's completely wrong. Well, they just had bad mental health. They felt so low they tried taking their life. Oh, they know all about it. They don't need you. You shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that. It was bad. All you're doing is pushing them down into depression more. Yes, we know it's wrong. The people are trying to survive. 75% of the people that have survived their attempt wish they hadn't tried. They regret it right away. So, if you know someone that's tried committing suicide, tried taking their life, be there. Talk to them openly. You can ask them certain questions, but don't tell them bad things. Don't, I shouldn't have done this, shouldn't have done that. Let them set the pace. They will open up in time. You can't force someone to open up and talk to you about your problems. You have to earn their trust for them to open up to you. Now, I'm going to go into another part. Now, with men, we've always been taught to be rough, tough, suck it up, put your purse down, get back to work. Oh, you can still go along and do it. It's only a little cut. Suck it up, princess. All told that. So men, I'm not going to open up. I'm not going to talk to you about my problems because I've been told this by so many people over the years. In the trades, it's really bad. That's why a lot of men will not open up. And that's why men take even longer to finally open up. And most men don't open up to another man. Most men, because they get treated like that by other men, they may open up to a woman. And that's why I'm a big fan of, no, I wouldn't say big fan. That's why I don't mind saying, if I have a girlfriend or a wife, if they got a male best friend, go for it. Have a friend. I don't need to know everything you talk about because you're going to open up. You may get stressed about me. At least you got someone to open up to. Same as men may have a girlfriend that they can open up and talk to because their spouse, their wife or girlfriend really bugging them or whatever, different situations. At least they have someone to open up. Because women don't want to talk to other women about their problems because they get really catty and they'll gossip all about it. Men don't want to do it because they don't want to be put down, bullied, and harassed and made fun of. Because that's happened. It's happened to you, right? So it's just a matter of finding that person that you can majorly open up to. Out of the five, you're going to have one that you're going to always talk to. It's like your son. It's fat and short. You know that you connect with them really quickly. And you'll fill them up full of information that'll help. And they usually don't let out. They act alone, your son. So they're not going to talk. Well, the other ones you're trying to find, they may be friends of each other, so you're very leery of trying to open up to another person. But you need at least five people. It may not be one that you will open up to and spill everything, but at least it's like, hey, at least I can call you. Hey, how about those Edmonton Oilers? How about the, and you can talk about weather, anything to get your mind busy. And just say, hey, they can say, I'm feeling down. Can you lift me up? I don't want to get into it right now. I just need to feel better. Because laughter releases endorphins that makes you feel good. So just talking to your friend will help. But if you need that, hey man, I'm not doing that great. Can we just talk about anything? I just need to feel good. And eventually, you say that, and the other person, yeah, okay, and you'll learn if you can open up more to them or not. That's my way of giving me advice so you can talk to someone. Because you have to open up and talk to someone. Right? Satan is a doctor, a therapist, psychologist.
You have TikTok. You want to tell the people
Oh, yeah.
where your TikTok is and if they can reach out to you there?
Yes, I'm one of the few creators on TikTok. Yes, I have 1.7 million followers. I don't care about the numbers. I don't really care. Do I want 100 million? Only one reason why. So I can reach out and help more people. Other than that, I don't care. What you see online on either TikTok, Facebook, I haven't posted much on Twitter, Instagram, I don't like it because it's short videos. But I'm posting it all there to help. A lot of it's comedy, positivity, and ones that will make you think. On TikTok, I can't always talk about in videos of anti-suicide in them because they, it doesn't go over well with their guidelines. And I know why. I do talk a lot more about it in lives I have my messages open where anybody can follow me. You want to ask me questions in TikTok, and when I go live, you ask me there. Even if you just go along, go in there and say, I'm really struggling, I need help. I'll say, DM me. And I usually take them to, because I'm legally blind, it's hard to read. I usually take them to Messenger or Snapchat because at least I can read it in there because the text is so small on TikTok. But I open the messages. I'm dedicated to it. I can get up to 5,000 messages per day. So I don't always type back a lengthy message. So I'll go along and just, smiley face or whatever, right, on certain messages. But if you need help, which is important, I message back. I'm not a big creator on there for money. I'm Canadian. We don't get paid for videos. We don't get paid for TikTok. I get some gifts in there, yes. Not much. Maybe 300 a month. Americans can make up to a couple 100,000 a year. The bigger ones. I don't get paid. In Canada, we don't. I'm doing all this because I want to help people. And I show people in my lives about bullying and harassing. People come in there, call me Frank Gallagher, a ghoul. They call me all kinds of different names in there. I ignore it. Or I'll go along and go, hey, look at this guy that called me Frank Gallagher. He showed what kind of person he is by the comment he made. Are you going to follow or be friends with someone that bullies, harasses, and put people down? That's up to you if you want to or not. But I'll say this, I won't, because people that bully, harass, and put people others down for fun, they're the ones that usually create drama and take a knife and stab it in your back later. Will it happen right away? No, not until your friendship falls apart, and they'll come after you harshly. 90% of the time. People don't realize what you say or text or that shows what kind of person you really are. And that's why I'm always being open, honest, and say exactly what's on my mind. Because you'll get to know the real me. And you can search if you want on TikTok for L space Wright, WRIGHT. Because in Canada, they don't go by your username, they go by your real name. I don't know why TikTok's like that, but it is.
Do you sell those shirts?
This is my merch that I do sell. It's I don't make much money off them. I have hoodies and shirts. I'm gonna come out with coffee cups and everything else later in Canada. But if I make any money off it, I turn around, have the merch supplier that does it for me in the US send me merch. I pay the duty on it, and then I do it as giveaways. I don't actually make a dime off it. Whatever I make, I get in product and giveaway, so I take no financial gain from that whatsoever. Once when I go and get my foundation up and going, my .ca, goodkarmafam.ca, when it comes up, will be all the proceeds and all the sales will all go to the foundation. I will not take a dime in payment from that foundation. It's all going to go for traveling so I can go and do the seminars and help people. There's other plans we'd like to do later, but the foundation's really got to get going. Oh, one thing. I have to say this. So many people don't know about 988. You know about 911, right? People, 988 is the same thing, but it's a hotline all over North America, anywhere where you are. A lot of people don't. and it's not pushed out enough. And where it's ingrained in the back of the head where you're going to remember it when one takes your life. But remember, reach out to someone. Reach out to me if you want, if you're feeling that way. I don't always get to message instantly. I usually only check them once, maybe twice a day. So it may be next day when I get back to you.
Well, I appreciate it. I really appreciate you taking the time.
I really do. And we weren't friends when you messaged me. It proves I take messages from people I don't follow. I have it open. Do I get scam messages? Oh, yeah. Spam ones too? Yeah. I get them all. But it's worth it. If I can save one person a year, it's all worth it to me. Life is very, very precious to me. See, I say I don't care about my followers. The only numbers I worry about are the people that I help and the people I've lost. I've lost two, and that really, really hurts. One of them I was talking to, trying to help, suggesting going to get counseling, talk to their doctor. I tried to force them to, but for 2 months, and it seemed like they were getting a lot better, and all of a sudden they ended their life. If people are really going to do it, they're going to do it. But you can't help them if they want to be helped.
I think God has a way larger plan for you, and you're an inspiration to a lot of people out there. And I wish you nothing but success in the future. And I really appreciate you taking the time for me today.
Anytime. I found if I'm open, honest, and tell my story, it can be an inspiration. It does help people. It also, I show what kind of person I am, and it allows they think I'm trustworthy enough to reach out, and I hope they do.
And I'll leave a link
I've
for your
had quite a
TikTok
few.
in the description of this video.
Awesome, thank you.
Is there anyone
You
else you
know,
want to give a shout out to before we go?
one question I always get asked, and I wanted to uh, explain this. Do you regret it? Is the question they asked me. Yes and no. No, because I'll go over the no first. Everything we do, good, bad, ugly, positive, gorgeous, all turns us into who we are now. We learn from our mistakes. If you make a mistake, own it. Right? You don't have to go out and tell the whole world, oh, I did this wrong. No. If you own it and admit it to yourself that you did it, you can fix it. Right? On my fridge, I have a magnet. Only if I've had a back button. I don't want a back button. That is to remind me I don't want one. Everything that's happened to me has made me who I am today, and I love the person inside. Now, the part I regret about it is how I hurt my friends, my kids, my grandkids, my parents, my other family members. I hurt them really, really badly because suicide is very selfish. It would stop my own pain in my head. Yes, but I hurt everyone else from your mom, your dad, your wife, your husband, your brother, your sister, your kids, your friends, your coworkers. We've all had someone that's died and how bad it hurts. The pains in our heart. When you take your own life, that's what you're doing to tons of other people. That's why it's majorly selfish. Does it take strength to pull a trigger? Oh, yeah. Does it take strength to reach out and get help and talk to someone? Yes. It all takes strength. But it starts with you. It really does. So please reach out, people.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me come on.
Yeah, of course. And I'll put a link for your TikTok in the description of this video. And if you want to reach out to Al, TikTok will be there. He's open for your questions, or if you are struggling, don't forget 988 is the prevention hotline. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too bad. Start your own podcast.